Hey guys, so here are 10 reasons why you should love your 9 to 5. I know everyone was talking about quitting their 9 to 5, but I just had to come in here and mix it up a little bit and share with you why you could or should love your 9 to 5. Number one, for me, I'm looking at my notes, is stability and predictable income. So sometimes I have been a part of an economy where I don't know my exact income. I was not a part of the salaried employment and not consistent. I worked in gig, which is like the DoorDash and the Spark, as well as I became a bartender and I was a aerobics instructor. I had a lot of gigs put together. The aerobics instruction, I knew exactly how much I would make per session, so that was a given. DoorDash was not for sure. Uber or Lyft, because it's based on how much I could take for the day and how many calls came through on that app or notifications. In my position that I am now, I have a salary. I know that 40 hours a week is equivalent to this amount. Can I make more? Yes, I can make more with my job because I do transport youth and I'm doing things in my car, so therefore I can get a mileage check, which technically, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, is non-taxable. Okay, so I share the stability of your income. Because unlike, the uncertainties of freelancing or entrepreneurship, the 9 to 5, it just does make sure you have a steady paycheck. I'm in traffic, so I can't go but so fast. Making budgeting and financial planning easier. So I'm looking at my notes and I'm going really slow. So that's one of the things you want to look at, that part. The stability is especially valuable for those aiming to be a minimalist. Like for me, worry-free lifestyle. I do not worry about my bills because I know that I get a substantial amount of money every 2 weeks, right? Bi-monthly, bi-weekly, what have you. Now, do I just only hope that I get paid? I do have other things I'm working on in the skill set arena, and we'll talk about those things later. But for right now, the stability of the income every 2 weeks or bi-weekly, bi-monthly makes me feel a little worried, little worry-free for me, okay? So that's another thing that I enjoy about having that stability of income. Like I share with you, being a server, being a waitress, doing those things for the amount of time that I did them. There were times that I made a lot of money in one time, and then some days I didn't make hardly anything. I enjoyed a lot of things about my position in hospitality and gig work. I loved it. I love meeting people. But I always sometimes had to be concerned if I had enough money to pay the rent or enough money to pay for food. When you are in a gig economy or a hospitality position such as server or bartending, they make great money. But again, it can be a day where you have really bad days and people don't come into the restaurant, people don't order drinks, people don't give tips. Okay, so that was number one of why I love my job is a 9 to 5 and why you could too. Okay, number two, remember I am reading off of my notes. Paid time off. Take that PTO, sis. And bro, if you're on here, take your PTO. Paid time off. If you're in a position where you're getting benefits, you have what we call PTO. Always ask about that when you interview. Do you guys have paid time off? You want to know that because a lot of people, God forbid, I knew somebody, a person I dated, did not hardly ever, never take paid time off. I mean, he had tons of it, which is kind of scary because he needed to be balanced and he literally worked all the time. Now, that PTO, paid time off, is a recharger for you, man. It recharges your soul. You have a reason to really take that time and breathe in and breathe out and feel good about who you are. And then you won't feel overwhelmed or overburdened all the time. It's often overlooked. A lot of times it's often overlooked because people, as you heard me say about my friend, never want to take it off. They're like scared if they do, like something's going to happen. Trust me, things are still going to be going even if you're on PTO. So take the PTO, do it. It allows you to step away from work, allows you to step away from all the craziness of work. And you guys know I'm a social worker, and if you don't, now you do. That can be so hectic. It can be hectic. It's a way to, it allows you to step away from work without a financial hit. And that's the thing. People worried about financial hits when you're doing gig economy or any form of hospitality, where you know you don't have that opportunity where you could just take off and you still get paid. And I'm, again, you guys, not here to bash anyone who does any of those things, because again, I've been on that side, but I'm speaking as a woman who knows. When I did not get out there and cut on my app and I laid in my bed, or I felt like I can't go deliver another grocery or another meal or take another person in my car to the airport after the 5th time today, I want to take and cut off my app. And I couldn't, because I was like, oh gosh, I owe like $250, $300 more on such and such. Different things you have to take care of. Okay? So that way, when you step away on that PTO, you're going to be able to be maintaining your mental health. You want to maintain your mental health, and you prevent burnout when you have PTO. So when you see my videos on my shorts and it says, take that PTO, sis. I'm telling you, for your own good, take it and get away, do things. I just came back from a 4-day, 3-night cruise with Virgin Voyages with my little sister, and we had so much fun. It was so refreshing. It was absolutely refreshing. So with minimalism, it encourages focus on wellness, and PTO supports my minimalism because of that, by giving me a guilt-free time off. I don't feel guilty when I'm off. I don't worry about what's going on because I have my supervisors and different people in place. So when I go on PTO and I put in PTO on my calendar, I'm not going to call in and check and see if my stuff got covered, because I already told them I'm on PTO. These are things I may need covered. Be on standby. Don't worry. This is how, me living a minimalistic lifestyle, very simple lifestyle. It goes along with my 9 to 5. When I felt the most chaotic was when I didn't have money I could definitely count on. Now, people will say these jobs ain't loyal. Well, a lot of them are not loyal, and people are not always loyal. But I will share with you, pick a profession or a skill set that is a little bit more reliable when it comes to people getting laid off or getting cut. The only way you're going to get cut is if you cut yourself. A lot of positions are out there like that. I know they're making prediction by 2034, people going more into the gig economy. Some professions you won't be able to do that. But it's going to be a majority of people having to go to gig economy because they're going to take away a lot of different jobs. And I won't go into that detail, but I'll just say, take that PTO. And number 3, work-life balance. You guys hear about it. Let's talk about it. Unlike, being an entrepreneur or a freelancer you have to work around the clock. I remember being an MLM in my MLM and having to work like constantly trying to get people to purchase stuff, trying to hustle, trying to go have meetings. Now, I did have more freedom, meaning that I could get up when I wanted to. Hint, hint, clue, clue. I did. But I'm a morning person, so getting up was never a problem for me. Still isn't. So I don't know where you are on that. But for me, I'm always going to get up in the morning. So getting up, it suits me fine. So, like, say for instance, if you're working around the clock, a 9 to 5 often means you can clock out. I know some people hate clocking in and clocking out, and I have that on my phone, my work phone. I have like a clock in and clock out. So trust me, I know about it. I don't like it all the time, but I forget sometimes. I have to go back and clean it up or whatever. But you clock out, you leave. You don't have to keep going. You get off. And you fully enjoy your personal time. Guys, a lot of people don't realize that when they're not clocking in and clocking out, they're always on the clock. Like literally work. Because they're entrepreneurs or what have you, or freelancers, they can become one of the most burnt out people you ever met. The people who are working 9 to 5, y'all think they're getting burnt out? Some people don't even take work seriously anymore. So I can attest to you that people are not all trying to, burn themselves out. Trust and believe they're not. Okay? So that's another thing about that lifestyle of having that work-life balance. Okay? Well, the set schedule aligns well with my minimalist principles of balance and living intentionally, because I want to live intentionally. I don't want to be all over the place, guys. And I do know there are businesses that you can set it and forget it. Amen to those businesses. That didn't happen to me. I could not set it and forget it when I was out in the gig or doing multi-level marketing. They claim that this is like a life to freedom. I felt like I was always up. I remember one time they used to make us say, well, not make us say because that sounds cultish, but you know, that whole thing about I'm asleep when I'm dead, all that. No ma'am, no sir. I'm not sleeping. I'll sleep when I'm dead. No, I'm not doing that. I want to sleep now. So again, don't let these stuff like that get to you where you're constantly saying off the wall, off the chain stuff with sleeping when you're dead and all that. That's not for you, sis or bro. You got to get that work balance into play. Okay? So the schedule helps you have balance and you living intentionally. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm slowly getting back to my home. Number 4, health and retirement benefits. So let me explain. Health insurance, 401k plans, 403b for me, and other benefits will help you plan for the future without the need for additional financial stress. You won't have to worry about it if you have things lined up. A 9-to-5 often covers these essentials, y'all, which adds peace of mind and you supports my minimalist approach by reducing the need for me to have multiple insurance and savings plans, because it's already set up. And I can go in there and I can get another savings plan set up. Trust me. So that's not a problem. But it gives you that foundation that you don't have to be so stressed out about. So that's health and retirement benefits. I know I'm going back into this, and I was going to give you 10, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. And I just gave you 4. And come back, part 2, for the rest of how having a 9-to-5 supports my minimalist, fuels my minimalist lifestyle. Okay? Sorry, guys. I didn't want to take too much of your time. Bye.